Hey Chicago golfers, in this video I want to help you not hit the ground before the ball. So when we're hitting good iron shots, we're always going to go ball first and then the divot. We never want to hit the ground before the ball. We never want to hit it fat. It ends up becoming a severe miss. We're not advancing the ball when we're hitting it fat. So let's talk about where the fat shot comes from and some different ways that we can fix it. So when we're first fixing hitting the ground before the ball, we have to put a clear picture in our mind of how the club should be moving at the bottom of the swing. When we're hitting good shots, again, with an iron, we'll hit ball first and then we create the divot multiple inches out in front of the ball. Let's look at a tour player and see how they do it.
So here's a slow motion video of Rory hitting a wedge, ball first, and then the wedge smoothly goes through the turf, bottom of the swing in front of the ball.
So now that we've seen good impact from a tour player, let's talk about how to make this happen. We're going to start with some good pre-swing fundamentals, then we'll talk some basics in the backswing, and then the follow through. So pre-swing, let's just make sure that we're balanced. You know, so many players that hit it fat, their handle's down too low. It's below the waist. The waist is the checkpoint. It gets low. They start backing up a little bit. My spine's bent over, or if I touched my knee or touch my leg, my fingertips are below my knee. Let's get you fingertips above the knee, club at the waist. So that's a good starting point. We want to also feel balanced. I have these balance discs right here. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, and you could really find true balance when you stand on these. Again, push the hips back, touch the top of the knees. This is a good starting point. When we are setting up to the golf ball, let's have a neutral ball position. I want a ball position that's in the middle to slightly forward of your stance. And from a left to right perspective, I'm okay with you having a little bit of weight here on this lead foot. You know, if I was going to actually hit this tee and push it forward, that's only possible with my weight being forward and a little bit of rotation. We need both of those. We need shift and rotation. All right. Some players, they will only shift. They're like, all right, I'm not going to hit the ground. They get their weight forward, but they didn't rotate. They still end up hitting the ground before the ball. You know, some players, baseball players, they'll rotate, no shift, and they'll hit the ground before the ball. So when you practice, you could always place another tee or something soft. Just place it 1 to 2 inches out in front of the ball. Find your balance. I'm going to hit one here. Okay. Felt pretty good. Now, what are some drills that we can do to help you feel the proper shift and rotation? One that I like is you could do it with the wall. I'm going to do it with this chair right here. Okay. And then what we would do, we would just stand about a hand's width away from the chair. Okay. I want you to flare both of your feet. I want a shift and a rotate. So our belt buckle would be right on top of this chair. I really like the wall as well. You know, if you were using a wall, some players, when they shift, they go like this. Boom, they would hit the wall. Now, I want us to shift and then turn. We got a wall right here. My knees are touching. I could tap the back, my trail foot right there. Other drill that I like taking a towel, just a golf towel, making a knot at the end, and hearing the towel swoosh. I want that swoosh happening on the target side of the golf ball. And that is only possible if we move our body correctly. If we don't turn, the swoosh will happen back there. So a little shift and rotate. You could also do that with, you know, taking your golf club, just flipping it upside down. And do these one hand at a time. I like going right hand first, left hand on the pocket. I'm hearing that swoosh. I'm also feeling myself clear out the way. You know, and then if I was going left hand, boom, I'm feeling the swoosh out in front of the ball. So I think, you know, part of not hitting it fat is really learning how our body moves. So when we're hitting golf shots, I'm always okay with a little bit of a visual aid. And I got a towel. a few inches behind the ball. For players that hit it fat, this really comes into play. So I like these good visuals sometimes. So I'm able to hit the ball without hitting that towel. In the backswing, it's a similar motion. There's a small shift and turn, but I'm still staying within the lines of my feet. I'm not having my head drift outside of my feet. I'm not having my legs sway like this. I'm building a base. Okay. Club, balance, have a little peek at the target. We're avoiding this towel on the ground. I am definitely guilty when I hit it fat. I'm definitely guilty of the not rotating. I will slide, I will get my weight forward, but my chest and my belt buckle just sometimes don't go towards the target. So for myself, I'm always working on the feeling of turning. Here's one more little drill. Just placing this underneath my left arm. Back. Boom. And when I feel this towel snap around my back, that's telling me I'm doing a good job turning the corner. So those are a lot of the feels that I personally use to help get rid of the fat shots. Okay. When I'm going back, I'll do one more here. That one I actually hit a little thin. That one I hit one groove low on the face. I want that to be a miss. Not a straight up top, but something where if you are airing, you're going to err on the side of hitting a little low on the face because you're still going to be able to advance that golf ball. I'd rather have you hit it slightly thin than putting the club in the ground. Okay. Now as I make this next backswing, okay, I am going back and I just have the feeling of my arms, working with my body. I don't feel like my arms, definitely don't want this one. I don't feel like my arms are like doing their own thing. We're getting back here, arms are back, swing's really narrow. I'm gonna do this one in slow motion, going back, but I like to feel a little togetherness going back. Boom. And then we could come down, shift and rotate. So I really think if we start off balanced, really simple backswings, all right? But the ones that are so key to getting out of fat shots, really getting this feel, boom, knees touching, belt buckle at the target. And I'm hoping if you do some of these drills, we could just get rid of hitting the ground before the ball and you could have a good time out on the golf course. So I hope this helps.